Dear friends, today, Good Friday, I'm going to have a very brief reflection because today I believe it is the day of silence. First, most important thing is to keep quiet, to keep thinking about what happened. Today is one of the worst day in the whole history of humanity where man killed his God. Man killed the one who gave him life and killed him because of selfishness, because of our sins. He didn't do anything wrong. We were those who were supposed to be killed and sentenced, but he took our place and we killed God. So I think the most important thing is to keep quiet, keep silence. I invite you today from 12 to 3, if you can, to turn everything off, radio, TV, computer, and keep the silence. For 3 hours, Jesus hung on the cross and with terrible pains until he died. So let us keep silence today as in mourning for this grave sin. Humanity, man killed God. That's something so terrible. Maybe you can do the Station of the Cross by yourself in silence, going through the steps of this Via Dolorosa. And also today we begin the novena of Divine Mercy. You know, Jesus himself requested that we do this novena so that he can again flood humanity with his grace, with his love, and with his mercy. The first day, every day we do the chaplet, and then we dedicate each day for a special purpose, special intention, which Jesus himself has given us. The first day today is Jesus said, "Today bring to me all mankind, especially all sinners, and immerse them in the ocean of my mercy. In this way, you will console me in the bitter grief into which the loss of souls plunges me." Again, Jesus is not concerned about himself. One of the things I cannot understand is why Jesus didn't defend himself. He could have talked to Pilate. He could have really convinced them of his innocence. He could have stopped all the soldiers. He could have done just anything to make himself free, to avoid this terrible sentence. Why didn't Jesus save himself? So remember, Jesus could not save himself. Why? Because if he would have saved himself, he would have not saved us. That's the whole idea. Jesus came to save us. That's his whole purpose of his coming, was to save us. So if he would have saved himself, he would not saved us. And he has chosen to save us and allow himself to be cruelly crucified. Then let me just continue in this line. I'm going to just mention to you the 7 last words of Jesus. And all these words are not for himself. They're not complaining. They're not defending or trying to get out. He's just concerned about us. The first word he said is, "Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they are doing." Imagine, he's even finding an excuse for our terrible action, for killing him. While we are killing him, he's trying to excuse us. They don't know what they're doing. The second word was, "Today you will be with me in paradise." Imagine, Jesus is still saving. Even the last minute, he's saving souls. He's saving that murderer who was next to him, but the good thief who hath hope in him. The third word was, "Woman, behold your son. Son, behold your mother." again, he's worried about his mother. And he's trying to give even the son, John, to the mother. And here we see that Mary became our mother right at the bottom of the cross. Then Jesus says, my God, why have you abandoned me? This is the deepest sorrow, the deepest pain of Jesus, to feel that even God the Father abandoned him. How many times we too go through this. But Jesus then continues, says, I thirst. He didn't say I thirst because only physically he was losing blood. He must have had such a terrible thirst. But he said that because he still was thinking about our souls. I thirst for souls. I want to save souls. That's the real meaning of that sentence. And then Jesus says, all is consumed. All is completed. All is fulfilled. The plan of God was fulfilled. Salvation of mankind was found, was acquired. So you see that Jesus is always thinking about us. And then finally, the last word is said, Father, into your hands I commend my spirit. And I want you today to say the same thing. Say it today, for the moment when you're going to die. Say it, Father, into your hands I commend my spirit. Father says, I give you my life. Father, like Jesus, I put all my trust in you. Father, receive the gift of my death. Receive my death today. Maybe I won't be able to think and pray in that moment because of drugs, because of medicines, because of maybe I don't have my mind or my capabilities. But Father, today I accept my death and I want to offer it to you, into your hands. Oh Lord, I commend my spirit. So today let us spend this day quietly, just thinking what happened that day, 2020 years ago. And that day is present today. Remember that Jesus is really going up to the cross. Why? Because whatever Jesus did is eternal. His actions last forever. As much as his body and blood last forever, so his cross, his death is lasting forever. And so today, let us go up to the Calvary. Let us stand next to the cross together with Mary, John, and the women. Today is the worst day of humanity. But because Jesus died for us, today is also the beginning of the best day for humanity, which is the day of resurrection.